Alright guys, this is Compounds 117. Today we're going to be playing Uplink. This game created in 2001, I believe, by the same people that developed Prison Architect. There is a cat carrying something up. Where you pretty much you play as a hacker. There's been quite a decent amount of content made about this on YouTube, but most of it is within 7 or 8 years ago. Not within, has been at least 7 or 8 years ago. So we're just going to be going for something a little different here. We are playing with the Uplink OS mod, which just brings a graphical overlay, not overlay, but a graphical update to it to make it better. Here, Uplink Corporation maintains the largest list of freelance agents in the world. Operated for the last decade with a flawless record of satisfied customers, security experts, anonymous job center, bringing corporations together with agents who can work for them, provide rental of essential gateway computers to all agents, which allows unparalleled security and a high-risk environment. Here, because you want to join the company, register as an agent. So we'll start you off with 3,000 credits when you start. And we'll just pick a name. I already am running 2 other accounts, so we'll just call this one YouTube so I don't get confused. Now the password you do have to type in when you're reconnecting to your gateway. So it doesn't matter what it is. I like to keep it short, just 1, 2, 3. As far as I can tell, picking your node there does not make any kind of difference. So in your chosen server room, you get a computer. If you're tracked, you can be disavowed. You can also be arrested. Your machine could also be destroyed and cost $300 a month to keep running your computer. So we're gonna connect in here. Now I have probably about 5.5 hours on Steam. Probably another 20 hours outside of Steam. So we're just gonna go through this. Just run the tour guide. We're not gonna run the tour guide. I will show links. The first thing I like to do come in here is just favorite internet because we're gonna be using that consistently. It's really the only thing you need to favor right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna connect to the Uplink internal services system. Click down here. It'll type it in for you. Continue. And we're gonna go to app upgrades. So first thing we need is a password breaker. Go to security, get a trace tracker. If you play the tutorial, it'll tell you to click and change it to version 2. Version 2 is the minimum I would recommend running because honestly, version 1 is not very helpful at all. But right now, the only one we can afford is version 2, so we'll just go ahead with that. And then we need a log deleter. You will have to upgrade this as you go, otherwise you get caught. It took me a little bit to figure that out. But, so we'll just go ahead and grab that log deleter. Those are the 3 tools we need. And now we can connect and do this test that we have to do. Pull up my emails, drag that down. Normally keep this open. If you open the uplink, complete the uplink test mission before attempting any real work. Be the internal help services system. Click help, get started. Let's get there anytime pressing F1 on your keyboard. That's pretty much it. For the test, we are going to connect to the test machine, access the file server, download uplink test data, email that to this by clicking reply and attaching, and that'll be the entire test mission. But before we do that, we're going to go to internet here. I'm going to browse and search, and you can use B as a shortcut key to just bookmark all of these. And once that is done, we'll go over how to do the bounces to gain yourself more time for being traced. and all that fun stuff. Alright, now that's done. Bookmark, you see now all these nodes appear up in here. Just disconnect. And we're going to start our bounce. The order you do this in almost does not matter. The first things you want to do is connect to internet, and then just all these other ones. I said the order doesn't matter. The more you connect to, the longer it takes for you to be traced. Which is important. Normally I just do one face of the cube at a time. Now that is done, you want to click save so you never have to do that again. And then attach to the test machine, connect, start, click here in the bottom left corner, open your apps, password break, open up your trace tracker. See here, it gives you a percentage until you're caught. I don't know what level 3 does, I've never used it. Level 4 gives you a timer. It'll actually tick down the seconds. You do not get traced on the uplink test mission, so this will not tick up. But level 1 is just the eye icon, and it pulses. And I don't know how to read that. It doesn't explain that, because it tells you to just get level 2 from the beginning. Or maybe you get traced. I don't know, normally I do this so quickly it doesn't matter. So you just right click download. So we can get our test data. Hit fast forward. Go back, reply. I can attach that file, send it. Boom. Congratulations, mission complete. Disconnect. Now once you disconnect, and you'll see me clicking this cube here, because now that everything is bookmarked, so it shows up on the cube to do the bounces, it's a pain to get to internet. So you see me just direct connect, you can direct connect to internet, that is going to be okay. You want to break the password on this. A reason internet is the first one you want to do in your bounce is because this is where you're going to come and change your log and delete it to delete the traces that go back to your computer. You don't have to delete them on every computer, just the first one. Or I guess the middle one if you really wanted to. But internet does never changes their password. So you can come here and hit delete on these and fast forward. And now it shows log deleted. As you upgrade that, it'll not leave these obvious deletions. But for now, it'll just show log deleted every time we delete a log. So now we can disconnect. Look in here, just because I like to delete these. You got no money for that. But we have gotten the next rating, which is beginner. Oops. So now what we can do is we can come up to the Uplink internal services system. Put in the username and password. Go to mission list. And now these are going to be exactly the same as what we just did. Steal important data is connecting. Let me delete this test data off our file manager, just so it doesn't free up space. Stealing important data is exactly what we just did at the test. Destroy crucial data is very similar, slightly different. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to, the check mark will automatically accept the dialog box, so you can give more money, ask questions. Sometimes it won't let you automatically accept, so you'll see me clicking that just to hit I agree. And the reason I'm doing this is I can do these faster than the downloading ones. So I'm just going to take as many of these as they have. Now you do not need to do this. I'm probably going to rank up 2 times and get more better paying missions from this. But the reason I do this is because really just money. So we've got 10 missions. So we're going to make about $15,000 from this. That is important because if we come over here to hardware upgrades, what I want to get quickly is this new CPU to make all our processes run faster, and that is going to be 12,000. Is that the most efficient way to do this? Probably not. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look through here. We have 1, 2, 3 missions to delete something off from sample company's internal server. So that's the one we're going to do first. Hit load. It fills it. Double click sample to make sure I'm going there. Connect. Close file manager. Run password cracker. And this is why I want the new CPU as fast as possible, because it'll speed up this cracking, so you will not have to, and deleting and modifying files, all that, so you won't have to fast forward and cost time, because I have almost gotten caught by fast forwarding just because I didn't realize I didn't turn it off, and as time sped up, what I was typing did not. So we'll look for SAM data 3390. 3390 there. Hit delete. Back out. The next one for sample 53193. 53193. And this one for sample 4345, which is that one. Now we can just hit reply, hit send. Just make sure there's no more for sample here. Nope. So we're going to disconnect. Go back to internet. Fill in the username, fill in the password, access. Delete the logs. So the logs you want to delete is the password authentication accepted and your bounce. Your connections you want to keep, because when they do trace it back, they will find it suspicious if there is no connection established log, but then when you log out, it gets the connection closed. And you can get caught that way. So I'm just going to do another bounce. Signy. Cyberlink. Signy. So it looks like the next one will have multiple is Signy. Just down here, double click. So the first click, because it's already part of our bounce network, the first click unselects it. The second click will reselect it to make sure you're going there. So we'll just hit connect. Break the password. Hit fast forward. File server. Signy networks 85100. Delete. 6419. Signy network 64. So it's not here, so we'll just hit reply, say it's done, and mission completed. Just like that. I've never had that happen before. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the rest of these, and I'll get back to you guys once we're ready to move on to the next set of missions. We're back. You can see I was right. We did level up twice from novice to confident, from beginner to novice to confident. You can delete those. And our neuromancer rating has changed. It has now become aggressive. So this depends on whether you do missions that will help companies or hurt companies. The more you hurt companies, like deleting files and that, the more positive your neuromancer rating becomes. Well, the more you help companies later on, the worse it'll get. This is the best way I can explain it. It doesn't really do anything in terms of the game, from what I've noticed. It's just another ranking. So now that is complete, we can go to Uplink, and you see we made $15,400. So we can go to hardware upgrades, purchase. It would be installed in 24 hours. So we're just gonna fast forward until we get the gateway upgrade complete. Once you get the gateway upgrade complete, then you just have to sign out. This is why I keep the password short. Sign back in. And we have our new CPU. So reopen up my emails, reopen up my program log, connect back to Uplink. Here we're going to have quite a few more missions. Social Security documents. We're going to require another tool that we do not yet have. All these falsified Social Security documents create part of a new identity. Functionally the same. Generate a university degree for a friend. We'll take this one. We do not need any extra equipment for that. And we'll just show how to do that. So we'll load up, we'll connect to the International Academy, log in, start running trace tracker, password breaker, come up here. Now that I have more CPU, I can devote more to it, and you will see it is faster. As we upgrade our gateways, we can get more CPUs, and the more CPUs we get, the faster it will be. This gateway only allows the use of one. So now that we're in, search logs, it gives us a name. Rachida Rowe. And they want a university degree in physics class 1. So you type physics class 1, hit commit, done, reply, send. And that is pretty much all of those. You'll get some that will say help us discredit a fellow employee, or fellow employee needs better qualifications, something like that. That just means you'd come in here and say they had a class 2. It'll tell you to change it to a class 1. Or they might have a class 1, and to discredit them, you change it to a class 3. Something like that. And it'll same general concepts, you just have to read the mission description once you take it, and it'll tell you. Mission completed, we can go ahead and delete that. Disconnect. Don't mean to reconnect to something random. And start deleting my logs. Disconnect. Now we'll do the Social Security jobs. So the Social Security jobs, you need a new app. It's under security as well. You need a proxy disabler. You see, costs 3,000. We now have 6,000. We can get up to version. So most jobs are gonna be able to be completed with version 1. And so until you get to the more advanced ones, where you need a version 5. Or trying to rob banks and things like that. But we're gonna get ahead and just do the version 1 for now, and go back to the mission list, and I'm just going to accept really all of these. These can all be done quickly once you know what you're doing. It's really simple. Create part of a new identity means you search the name and you change them from deceased to employed. Falsify a document means you change them from whatever their current job description is to deceased. So see, falsify, change his personal status to read deceased, create part of a new identity, change personal status to employed. So all we're gonna do for these is load, and these are nice since they're all on the same network. You just break the one. You can just knock out multiple of these. So it shows their name right here, which means you don't even have to open these to check it. And since it's a falsify mission, just change them to deceased, hit commit. Oh, sorry, run the proxy disable. You get that pop up if the proxy is still enabled. Run the proxy disable. Only have to do it once, now you can hit commit. And we just move on to the next one. Schneider. If you do type in the name wrong, that nothing will come up. It'll let you know after it's done searching. Employed. Simon Papadakis. Deceased. Employed. You see, I will turn these all in at the same time. You can do them individually if you want. For me, I just found it's easier. Let's see. We're at 20% hacked. We've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 7 of the 10. So we will get all of these done before we need to disconnect. Hopefully. I could be wrong. Now, changing these to employed will negatively affect your neuromancer rating. So you should see, instead of it being aggressive, we're going to switch from neutral to probably something else as well. I do not remember the rankings off the top of my head. Mr. Larson. Commit. And now I'm just going to turn these all in before I disconnect. That way, if I missed one, it'll tell me the job has not been completed and it won't clear it out. You see, we just did all that, made $49,000, and in one go without having to clear any logs. So I'm just gonna come in here, clear out these logs. Oop, hit pause by mistake. And now see neuromancer rating change. We're now untrustworthy, but we are up to skilled agent now. Which means we can now do a much bigger variety of missions. So we just connect, go to the mission list. Now we can copy and steal corporate data. Now we can destroy corporate records. To do that, we're going to need a decent, we're going to need more storage space. Like this takes 70. And I only have free 19, so we need to upgrade our gateway for that. For this, we're going to need not just the proxy disabler, probably proxy disabler version 5, and a firewall disabler. So we're not going to do those. What we are going to do is we're going to trace a recent bank balance transfer. We're going to do two things here. We're going to take that job, and we're going to app upgrades and security. We're going to spend all this money we now have on a much better log deleter and a much better proxy disabler. We're going to max both of those out. Now, when you do upgrade that, you still have the old versions in your files, so you want to make sure you go and delete these, just so it's not taking up space. And the reason we're taking this bank job, see, we'll open up that. And what you're going to want to do is skip down a few lines. Move my tracker out the way. And you're going to want to take down your IP and your account number. While we're here, and we still have $64,000 or 61. Oh, that's my account number. And we still have $35,000. What I want to do is actually get another app upgrade and just max out my trace tracker. That trace tracker is no good. See 4.0. Delete. And the app here, delete the original trace tracker. And open this one up. So now the mission is we have to hack into Beta Tech International Bank. Ooh, we can close that. And to this account number. Once we get in there, we're going to look at their transfers and see where they sent a bunch of money to. We're going to note down that IP and account number and hack that because they want to know the name of that person that received the money. So that being said, we come up here, disconnect, load, attach to Beta Tech International Bank, and your existing account. For the username, you want to type in the account number that was given, and then just use your password breaker. And see here now, at the highest level version 4, it gives you a countdown. So we're just going to speed that up. View statement. We can see $1.3 million was transferred to 133-136-113-94, account number 200-4971. Boom. Simple as that. So now we want to disconnect. Go to Internic. If you're fast, you don't have to. Go to Internic and clear this initial log. I just find it's easier to do it right off the rip. And see now, when we delete these, it doesn't say log deleted, it just goes away. But now, what we want to do is we want to search this IP number in here, Signy Networks International Bank, favorite. Everything you favorite will show up with a name on the map. That way, we can bounce to it and connect to it. So we want to connect, manage existing account again, that new IP we got, or the new account number we got from those logs. Just fast forward through that. View account, that's their name. Just literally type in Wei Neiman. hit send. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down how much money is in this account. Because we're going to go transfer, and we're going to send it to me. So my account number and the amount of 1303853 and transfer. Denied by, all right. So run your proxy bypass again. Hit transfer. Transfer is successfully completed. Now you have to go to statements. You want to delete that from the statement. Sometimes when you're in here, you also see that they transferred out a large sum of money to somewhere else. So like $900,000 or something. So you can go, then mark that down, hack them, and send that money to you. Now this is important. But our bank now, we need to connect to the Uplink International Bank. And clear that log from our account. So manage existing account, sign into ours, go to statements, delete that. Run your proxy disabler. And delete this one. Now that's done, you want to disconnect. Go to internet. You just delete your bounces. And now from there, you can see we have $1.3 million. And that'll pretty much get you set up for everything else that you need in the game. Let's see, come in here. I normally buy the Zion series because I don't need a lot of storage. So just buy that. Wait for it to get connected. You'll see here we got, excellent, deleted it, but we did go up a rank just for doing that bank hacking. Now that the new gateway is ready, we can Alt-L, sign back in. And you'll see here, your new gateway, your old one's being dismantled. Now I like to go back to Uplink, because one, I have money to burn, and two, so hardware upgrades. This will hold 3 CPUs, so we need 2 more. Modem, as far as I can tell, does not actually do anything, but I upgrade it anyway. So I have sufficient bandwidth. It should. It supports 6. What did I just buy? Did I buy the wrong uplink? Or the wrong gateway? No? I don't think so. I swear. Okay. Whatever, that's besides the point. So we got a 3 CPUs purchased. I'm just gonna go ahead and get the 6 gig anyway. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna buy a bunch of memory storage. That's probably more than it can hold, but once they go to install it, it'll actually just tell us it failed like that, and we got our money back. So instead of trying to figure out exactly how much I need to do, I'll just do it like that. Go ahead and delete all these emails. Disconnect one more time. And now you'll see when we're doing jobs, it'll be sped up significantly. So we go to mission list. Frame missions we can go over another time. This is really just to get you through the basics. But now this rank, you pretty much have access to most jobs. As you get higher up, the jobs don't tend to change. Like framing is just a well, we can demonstrate those later in another video if you guys are enjoying this. So if you are, just let me know. Continue the series, see what other kind of missions you'd like to see, and we'll just go through it and go through the main story and all that. So I appreciate you guys coming by and checking this out. If you learn, I'm hoping you learn anything. If you are interested in this game, I believe it is $10 on Steam. Not gonna say you can find it from other places, but I'm sure you could if you want to give it a try first. And yeah, link will be in the description to this, to the Uplink OS mod for the UI. And if you want to learn more about the game but you don't want to see me do it, the link to the Ultimate Uplink guide that I learned all of this from starting out will also be down in the description.